I was at my home and it was morning. And my daughter came to the room and she was sobbing. She was crying. She couldn't tell me what happened. And then it took her a few minutes to be able to say these words. But she said, Navalny is dead. That's it. And I screamed, what do you mean? It cannot be real. What are you talking about? Where did you read it? And she continued crying. She just repeating, Navalny is dead. And then we just played on bed with her for a couple of hours, trying to cope with this news. I'm Nadya Tolokonnikova, and I'm a founder of feminist collective Pussy Riot. It's 2007, a warm, sunny spring day in Moscow. It's my first rally, and I'm nervous. I'm 16, shy, falling in love with courageous people around me. I hear my quiet voice join others screaming. We lock our arms and together push the police out of the street. Russia could be free. It's a new feeling for me. This is where I see Alexei Navalny for the first time. For the next 17 years, I saw my friend Alexei rise from a Moscow blogger to a global figure, giving hope and inspiration to people around the world. He helped me and millions of Russians realize that our country does not have to belong to KGB agents and the Kremlin's henchmen. He gave us something else, a vision he called the beautiful Russia of the future. This vision is immortal, unlike us humans. In 2011, Putin announced that he was going to become president again, making it clear that he planned to rule Russia for the rest of his life. My feminist friends and I went to an opposition conference in Moscow to figure out our next steps. Young and radical, we walked like zombies through all the usual boring panels, sad speakers, poetry readings, and sleep-inducing talks on human rights and democracy. It wasn't inspiring because it was neither practical nor attractive. We all believed that Russia had to be free. But how do we get there? And then Alexei spoke about his anti-corruption investigations. I can divide my life into before and after that speech. For all of us in that packed room, Alexei made it feel not only that a free Russia was possible, but also that we would get there with joy, laughter, and camaraderie. That day, Pussy Riot was born. I realized that we needed to create our own set of tools to bring about change, direct, attention-grabbing actions that would be easily replicable. Alexei gave me the push I needed to create the first Pussy Riot music video, which was based on dozens of dangerous guerrilla performances in Moscow. 6 months from the beginning of Pussy Riot, we got sent to jail for 2 years to labor camps. It's a gloomy, dark place that filled me with apathy and it almost broke my spirit. But even in the darkness of a Moldovan labor camp, Alexei was the one who was giving me hope. I've heard about a miracle happening with Alexei. He was running for the mayor of Moscow, and it was an unprecedentedly powerful and successful campaign. Unfortunately, to silence him, the Russian government sent him to jail.
Impromptu protest outside the Kremlin tonight and an air of stubborn rebellion.
He got sentenced to 5 years in jail. People filled the streets of cities all around Russia and refused to leave until Alexei Navalny would be released.
Relief in the courtroom when the news was announced that Alexei Navalny would at least temporarily be a free man.
He got released on the very next day. And I think if it was fair elections, Navalny would have won. Many people say that Putin hates and he's afraid of Navalny. But I think the main emotion that Putin has towards Alexei is envy, because Alexei is everything that Putin is not. Who in their right mind would want to be friends with Vladimir Putin, dark, sad KGB agent who hides everything about his life? Putin has to kill his opponents in order to induce in people fear and make them follow him. Alexei leads with love. People follow him because they love him, and he's the kind of person that you actually want to be friends with. This is something that Putin deeply envied, and he decided to destroy it. But the problem for Putin is that it's something that's impossible to destroy. Navalny gave us idea, and ideas are immortal. People say that hope died with Alexei, but I feel different. I feel that a new sense of responsibility was born. Alexei was for many of us like an older brother or a parent figure, someone who would come and clean up your mess. Well, there is no one else to come and clean up your mess. You're on your own and you have to act. And it gave me, besides terrible pain, it gave me a renewed sense of purpose and clarity. We owe it to Alexei and his dream for a new, beautiful Russia to carry on the fight. I want people in the West to have the same sense of clarity as I have today after I lost my friend. It's very black and white. It's evil and goodness. And if it didn't become clear to you in February 2022, when Putin invaded Ukraine, it has to become to you crystal clear in February 2024. We need the help of the entire world to overcome this. And it's not only something that concerns only Russian people. It's a man who has to be stopped. And he is a threat not only just to people in Russia or Russians outside of Russia, but to the world peace.